Hi again, Greg Bell of the News Tribune here in the desert in Arizona. Seahawks win 20-17, and it was hardly even the third story of this game. Earl Thomas, he may have played his last game as a Seahawk. It certainly felt that way in the locker room after the game. The talk was very reflective, very appreciative of his career and all he's done here in Seattle. You saw by now him flipping off the Seahawks sideline as he went off the field in the back of a cart with a broken leg. This, today, what happened to him in the fourth quarter, tripping over Chad Williams, the Cardinals receiver, is exactly why Earl Thomas held out. It's why he wanted guaranteed money before this, the final months of his contract that ends after this season. Why he wanted guarantees beyond 2018, and if he wasn't getting it from the Seahawks, and he still hasn't, why he wanted traded. This is why players at the end of their 20s, heading into 30, want guarantees beyond the year they're in for exactly what happened to Thomas today. A season-ending broken leg. Sounds like it's a clean break, left leg, same leg he broke December 2016 and took the entire offseason into the summer to come back from then. Of course, the team is different now, salary structure is different now, and he is turning 30 years old, will be coming off a broken leg with an expired contract with nothing guaranteed. The flip side as to why the Seahawks didn't do that and give him the money he wanted this summer for this very reason, in case he got hurt and they would have to pay him into 2019 and 20 without him even being on the field, which is what they're doing with Cam Chancellor, who, by the way, also ended his career on this same field with a neck injury in November. The last time the Seahawks were here, Richard Sherman tore his Achilles and was never to play for the Seahawks again. The locker room after the game felt a lot like that today. It felt like that night when they lost Sherman and Chancellor. The players were stunned. They were hugging Earl Thomas. Russell Wilson bent over, talking closely into his ear. Thomas refused to talk, was hobbling around on crutches with his leg wrapped after the game. Pete Carroll just as emotional and deep-rooted in speaking after a game than I've ever heard him, and that includes after the Super Bowl loss here to the Patriots from the 1-yard line a few years ago. Carroll talked about how he thought he had turned around Thomas's relationship with the team, at least well enough to have it steadied for the rest of this season. And I asked him, did you think that was going to turn a corner on perhaps Thomas's future here beyond 2018 with the progress he'd made in the last week? And he said, well, we won't know, and we'll never know now because of this injury. The game itself, you saw Sebastian Janikowski missing 2 field goals early in the game, and then after Phil Dawson missed from 45 yards with a minute 55, Russell Wilson does what he often does, no huddle offense. Mike Davis ran for 13 of his 101 career-high yards to start that drive. Wilson scrambling, Wilson throwing to Baldwin, Wilson throwing to Lockett, and they kicked the field goal. Of course, Janikowski, 40 years old, makes the one that wins the game with 52 yards. Interesting day for Sebastian Janikowski. We asked him after the game, and he said, yeah, no S blank blank T. 18 years in the NFL. He said he's had one other game like this where he's missed 2 kicks early and then won it at the end. That was for the Raiders in his rookie year way back in 2000 against Tennessee. I covered that game. That's how old he and I are. Davis represented what the Seahawks also did last week against Dallas. They ran the ball. The Seahawks started this season 73% pass, 27% run. They're up to now 45% run, 55 pass, because the last 2 weeks they've been 57% run, 43 pass, and 2 wins. So it's obvious that not just the yards, but the effect on defenses that the running game is having is slowing down pass rushes. Russell Wilson got sacked 2 more times today. Chandler Jones did it curiously on a 4th and 1 in the second quarter, and then they ran again, but they threw again on 3rd and 1. Wilson got chased and threw it away. I think the Seahawks ought to start running again on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1. The defense played well enough to win yet again. They pressured Josh Rosen, the rookie quarterback, in his first start. Rosen was off target. He also had 4 passes dropped by his receivers. Yet on the play Thomas got hurt, the Cardinals tied the game at 17. The Seahawks were really awful in the first half and should have been either up 17-0 or down by a lot more than 10-7 at the half, depending on how you look at it. This remains a flawed team in progress. Obviously, the Seahawks, they're going to have to progress a lot quickly, more quickly this week, because the undefeated rampaging Rams are coming to CenturyLink Field. They're coming without Earl Thomas being the secondary again, which means Tedrick Thompson's time to step up at free safety. Bradley McDougald will remain at strong safety. It sounds like Chris Carson's going to be back to play, so now the Seahawks have Carson and Davis. It's obvious that they don't think Rashad Penny, the rookie first-round pick, is ready for the trust of a lead-back role yet. Will Disley, you saw a major injury also. The rookie's impressive rookie season at tight end cut short by a patella injury to his right knee. No exact timetable for how long he'll be out, but it's going to be a while as well. So yet again, another damaging season and franchise-altering victory in the desert, though it does get the Seahawks to 2-2. Could not afford to be 1-3 with the Rams coming to town next week. So now Seattle's back to 500 with, 12 games still left to play, but an entirely changed season from yet another injury to a core player they've had here for 8 years. All my coverage is online at thenewstribune.com. You can read that and follow on Twitter at GBellSeattle. As always, thanks for watching.